own senior brother, Captain Smart. Now, Oti TV so can't send me, and I was so disappointed. So I buy way better fraudsters in gum. Now we lose elections. I will support it. The generation behind us, to get a better place to live, we will have to do it today. We need to bite the bullet. Samira Ed, you see something Nana Kunedu in Samira Nti. Enti, Canada Japan cover Samira. That means you don't respect us as a people. Baby or di or hineno. Eye seshi amiaso. One of the places eye galamsey power Ghana. Do you know? Makache ba umia se bema na no me beto da. Hey, Kennedy upetuma buomu nyina emfa me ho. Upetuma buomu nyina tu emfa me ho. The plan na amafa no, it will work. You will rig. We get it. Oh, we are also for Napo.
Asema Kevin Akan. Boadu. Why reply Captain Smart on Abu Trika asema Captain Koka say ojina bi ojina say abaye no chia watch frosters no onya because most of rata US on the muntimi fa ne maba to mutima obi afia akọ abdichi akomom na enua na se na me Kevin Taylor reply wase se beka ni paka kre bi o Ghana ye be bo mampuntu akosoro aye sense dodo rura ebegum ntu se abaye no bechi frosters na 2028 to be lusukura oba support abaye. Yes oja wo yese wasase so e bagalamsi a omutu papa se hwa hon se hwa hon no otu waka se na abaye enkam emfa mo nka galamsi fight on na obetimi akwa nka wasase so nka yetu galamsi sa Kevin Taylor. Yes na akobi so akoka se an Kennedy bi ni onfa Samira ba mi anya ne running mate akobo Kevin ade wa ye no yese ba mi wi na Napo na ko Napo bio.
This is Boadu TV, truth and integrity.
Own senior brother, Captain Smart. Now, Oti TV so can't send me, and I was so disappointed. Say, the government of the day should be careful, and that if they don't stop going after fraudsters, they should start thinking about 2028 elections. So I buy way better fraudsters in gum. Now we lose elections. I will support it because somebody has committed a crime. I was saying because of politics in tea. Today, when people commit crimes, we cannot go after them. And you, these same people, sit on TV and tell us you are fighting for the generation. Which generation are you fighting for? Are you fighting for a generation that in the next 10 years, you have half of the population, the youth, who are criminals? Is that the kind of population you want to fight for? I don't care about the next elections. I care about the next Ghanaian who will survive after the next elections. And so if somebody thinks to say, or to Ghana krowemu, or betumatna Ghana abokrono, or because Enisa Abaneden and Sakano, because election 2028, but the fact of the case is, Abana Yato, you know, these are some of the reasons in Tia Yatuaba to sanitize the system. Into what you also down for the Captain Smart, you like what he's saying. Obeye sa bonena ye chiwa wonkwa na ye bechewu. Say ye chiwa, you'll be surprised to say o girlfriend na one ne say adwuma na ye chiwu ko shem no obeto ama party na eteso no if you say girl na ne koba na kumemu anka wawu ka wafiri ho ama japade na beka ne nsa. So mon nkora na amwaka no so obi mpese obeka nyansa a kire mo no today we want to glorify crime. Where on earth should we use crime as a bargaining chip? Why? Where on earth? Why should we even sit on TV? Why should we sit on radio to justify crime? So be a debonia with debonny. That is why people have the right to go to court and prove themselves. Say, "Oh my bonny and I saw my bonny. I'm be defend you." And this is the last time when I spoke on this fraudsters issue, I said every single person who has been picked up now on my table is a suspect. So I won't come and sit here and say, because of election 2028, the youth now who are involved in things that are destroying lives, you know, and they say, Omoton in Nuboneno. Why don't we leave them to sell in Nuboneno or Ghana? Omoton red, Omoton cocaine, Robbie Dipano, because they are also breadwinners. And I'm a boy. To armed robbers, they are also breadwinners, like those people sitting behind computers and destroying people's investment. Omoton red, Eton cocaine na. Yes, say kunipano. They are the same as those boys sitting behind computers and destroying lives. So why are you justified? Why are people using elections as a bargaining chip for people to create opportunity for people to commit crimes? We need to make sure it does not matter where the person is. Crime is crime. Crime is crime. So how on earth, how crazy can we be to sit and say, Yachichi Ghana for youth? If you don't want to be arrested and taken to the United States to be tried, do not commit a crime in Ghana against an American. Can't you understand that? Why don't you sit in Ghana and commit a crime in Ghana so that when you're arrested, you are kept in Ghana? You feel powerful and you think that you can break boundaries and go commit a crime against an American. And Americans are telling you they have the power to come and pick you. So if you don't want to be picked, then why don't you commit a crime? I don't know who we are. Because all Ghana prisoner, Ghana, we are Ghana. But there's no justification for crime. We should not even entertain that kind of conversation on radio and on TV that are buying out on June 2028. Into a buying in 2028. Now, a buying Jai will be Anton cocaine. A buying Jai will be Anton weed. A buying Jai will be Anton red. A buying Bonino, a crime. Today we are selective about crime. All because America for the bet you will be free Ghana. More problem, you know, say, Obia di Bonne. And America for abet no, and no problem no crime no nipa committee and so obo committee and how o problem say identity say America for the bet no na crime no bone no odi no odi Ghana ni so anaso odi America ni so motete Ghana bobusu afo tete abrochire mo sorry a na mo keka nsem wo Ghana na bobusu afo tete abrochire I enjoy ade no mo ntina Ghana embo abrofo kro no abrochire. These things are not good. They are not healthy. Inta akorabi she kona bi na odi nkwasiasam na oye nyoma ehia because yet TV so and ye ka che nkwara ne say te we a youth ya bechi unu akabrochire na nunua na onam ho no adwuma ben na oye adebone ben adentin America for sorry no pamfa cargo plane embassy kotokanka so obi an kwahye because mo di bone adentin mo nyesa. Why did the American government decide to say, every Ghana? Why didn't they come and arrest you, Captain Smart? Because you have not committed a crime. Because you pay now, and then woody. Because unko obi apo ewa internet so. Unko Ghana ni bisika, and unko Jibro ni bisika. Into Saranopa, you are free, you are confident, you sit on radio and you speak on issues. But some is what your salary. You are not scared of the FBI. If today the FBI knocks at your door in Ghana, Captain Smart, you are not scared because on your fraud. You are not involved in any fraud. You have not been involved in any romance fraud. So you are confident. Why do you think an American will come to Ghana and pick a Ghanaian away? It is because the Ghanaian has committed a crime against an American. And countries have treaties. They have agreements. Mumienjai sa kasano. And why? When did we get to that point where we are hailing crime? Why should we be hailing crime? 90% of you people, because of politics, Sebio, with all due respect, I am not saying that Abu Trika is guilty because he is now going to face trial. The investigation is ongoing. Intimate say Abu Trika bokrono. But what I'm saying is say at Abu Trika's age, 90% of Monkofwa more support crime. Why didn't you make that at your age? Because if you had decided to maybe taking a route here, you would have gotten it. But something told you that that route, when you take it at the age of 27, you might not see the sun again. And literally most of you, more than 45, more than 50, the things are, these boys were money because you were cautious. You were asking yourself questions. You were not being selfish. You were thinking, what is the end game? So when somebody does not think about the end game, now say he's caught in a web. Why do you make it look like say and there it is all about Adeni Abechi, the youth of Ghana? Do you know the number of people in Ghana we are youth? Do you know the number of people in Ghana we are youth? Let us stop this. Let's stop doing these things on primetime radio. say a better cromfo in our Ghana, not 2028, and this be lose. Yes, lose. The same chronona, ye hailing deno. One a betri two, abe your radio station, your TV station, your TV so ye we did no. Na sa criminals na asa for two, ye fee. Ya yireni and batifie no. Ya beti already say ye kuomo. Let us stop this before it gets out of hand. Let us stop crime. Crime is crime. Let us stop crime. These boys or whoever they have been picked up. I've never sat on my platform to call Abu Trika a criminal. I've never called Boadu or whatever a criminal. They are suspects. If they have done nothing wrong, they will walk out. They are suspects. Oforiata Oforiata is a suspect. Oforiata is not guilty. So Oforiata Ewura Ghana ha through Kotoka. The law will have to deal with him. Let us not behave as if we are living in some banana republic and that we can do whatever we want. No. These same people sitting on TV and radio defending this kind of thing. No. Omukwa bruchira, omudim raso te se mwa. Adena mukodua bruchira. Na mukwa munye bibia by heart. Imra ye juma. Baye krom dia election ebanti. Mama yenti asye. There are so many young people in Ghana. Sanyomana boys we and come to my but they were thinking twice. They're being cautious. They know say omo mami bitiase, omo papa bitiase. Nipebi are looking up to them. They don't want to get themselves. They don't want the fast lane. The fast lane is there. Nobody's stopping anybody for joining the fast lane. The fast lane is there. And nobody's stopping any young person from joining the fast lane. By the end of the day, where is it going to end you? That is the question. And some people took the fast lane and they are where they are today. Don't let it look like, say, people in Ghana, we are against crime. We are not against crime. Why are you picking people up? I don't think I'm asking you. I don't think America for mature. You've not committed any crime. Mokasa too much. Yoko has recovered 15.1 million defrauded from Ghanaians in an online investment scheme dating back to 2019 through virtual assets like cryptocurrency. Yoko, from 2019, fraudsters are on internet so using different kinds of applications and softwares and programs. From 2019, Sikabaye $15.1 million. And these boys on the internet in Ghana defrauding Ghanaians. And sa sika we are omude internet so far so area free Ghana for no nipa bebre ahwere omo nkwa. Ebi mo life savings were taken away. Obu ha sika odi ato ne phone so odi ato ne account mu a odi kwa akoto moja ama ne maame because you see week bia onto moja ama ne maame yare sa sika na yiraye ne maame yewu. You are telling me say we should hail crime and start to say election 2028 is in the corner. Let's get real. $15.1 million. People, Ghana for more Ghana. Yan mrebunia, yes say, yan penemi for munkwe, omubi area Ghana for. But you know the effect? Because Antuwinti Wajinia will say, this is normal. Until say, yado papa said you sika beto accounts na no papa so check account na sa sika nin dem because obi send you link keke na omi aso na o papa said you sika na 20 million 30 million 40 million 300 million na also orkotua ochina no obo se obe show papa won pass no wu. That is what we are talking about. That is the danger. You have no idea. People are hurting people, defrauding people. So anyhow, let us not hail crime. Let us not try and make excuses and say, America, there is an extradition agreement between the government of Ghana and the United States of America. It is a why you so be free America ni wa. Also say America for kwine so befa wo de wako. We need to understand these things. All these monies were taken from Ghanaians, and most of the people are sika we nyina free omonsano omumu nipa bebre wu. There are people are ye defraud omo so keke Sa momo na fraud mo no obi atwa we the person collapsed and died. Enyo maaminti. It hasn't affected you. It has never been you. Now, the day it will be you, you understand the actions of these kids, whether domestically or outside. It is crazy. So, let us respect these things. Yenya opportunity to speak. Mami ama imbebrune enjene say they have the right to do everything or anything. We need to let them understand. Emra wo kuronim. Mami chro. The reason why African Americans in America they die a lot is because, with all due respect, we live here with them. Majority of them just don't want to go by the rules of the land. And I'm running in pleasing. As an African living in America, and I'm running in pleasing. And one thing about humans, we don't like Emra too much. But this is how the people build their nation. So if you are willing to live here, you have to go by the law. So that is why when you try to fight the law in a way that you know is wrong, the law is going to consume you. There are so many people who are dead in you shoot to America. Not because racism is real in America. Racism. And when we say racism in America, don't say it's a white and black. There's black on black racism. There's white on white racism. So don't oti racism in America. Memo adwene you say broni bi ena tutu ntosyogu eye bibini bi so. No. When you talk about racism, there's black on black racism. There's white on white racism. There's white on black racism. So don't sit there when you hear racism. Oh, the issue is the reason why most people are they be also yabo akotani way to police vote in the chi. Listen, one of the basic things that it can get you killed in America. And if it was in Ghana, most of you young people will be dead as I speak. In America, when you run lights, and as I offer red light to moi, you get a ticket. Yani eti DC ano offer light to moi, a federal ticket. Baby, I bet you $50. No, this I bet you $200. Now, so run a light, and as I offer red light to na machine chow na a capture card no, a capture car number plate, a capture information. Na omu maili bro say. Offer a light way mu into a $50 tier. Now Gmail no now touch no problem. Osako for another light na camera ni chout na capture number plate a G information in you were supposed to drive 15 and I will drive maybe at 35 20. Now omu meli bro say bitia now touch when those tickets pile up at a point they become warrant. And in say, so those tickets, when they keep coming, and you keep ignoring them, at a point, those tickets will turn into warrants. Now, what happens in say, so what New York City, what Washington, D.C., what Virginia, Maryland, wherever, every police officer, because some number plate, say a Virginia number plate, say a DC number plate, sa baby, sa state, every police officer or patrol computer city car, your number plate has been turned. You're the warrant at Toso. Or license automatically. Sa tickets not building up. I could do warrant. When you man not building for months and months and sometimes years. It turns into warrant. In Tiakata Fono, they ignore simple tickets. That is at the end of the day, not going by the rules, not going by the law. But some people feel they can do what they want to do. Now, so when a police car ebejina trafficking, maybe the police car is going somewhere, and on a baby, and a police in a bedinichi. And a police say, you know what, let me run this car because they do it. Or we do it here. There's a computer in the car. Or bet the number plate. I say this car is not stolen, and I say we need take it to be a. About number no, that's what we said. This car, we plate no warrant daso. Take it also with your way tia. And when I bet we. Akata for no tesa we na subconsciously on him so warrant than so because when you say there are a lot of tickets onya ya went ya on him. So majority of them try to speed off. That is what brings the confrontation. Into the moment of better we on him say ya china or ko jail. And that moment, for all you know, there are some things in the car cry, they are not supposed to be in the car. Because obia Yaman the tickets, bear 15 times one tiano. That person, the likelihood say he's carrying contraband in his car is high. Now the moment he hears that, police is in the boy, we, Gina, Boswa waso. The moment Obe waso no, you have become a target to that police officer. At that point, you are a dangerous person. Into Albany, our psyche home. What stopped you from stopping for him to come and approach you? What stopped you from parking? So in his head, were prepared that you can take his life and he needs to protect himself? Or do a chiana of her colleagues, they say, the moment of a backup, that means who nothing there. Oh, ship it through. Or do a chiana finally, or be park with china or park it, or ban in sissy. Because when him say you were a dangerous person. Now, Sandy Panotica, no one on percent obeko jail. Two, on him say osa on maybe okadima, ebi enisa or carry sanyomano. So that person is finding ways. Ebi the person is intoxicated. Ebi onukra wanomonsa, and I say ebi wabowi, and I say wanu cocaine. You don't know. What happens is anytime the police comes and say, hello, sir, hello, madam, how are you? They start to get confrontational. Because normally when people are guilty, they are more confrontational. That is what sparks those. Because remember, police no kutetuno. He has so many reasons to explain himself. So if you don't even want it to get to that point, pay your ticket. Do not run from him. Try and explain yourself. Because the person in the car, and I'm not saying say all of the time, the police are right. No, some of the police are deliberate. They are racist. They want to do this. But don't give them the reason. Do not give them that reason. I will never say America police have only been here. They are. There are some police officers in some places. It does not matter. But I'm talking about a general issue here. In 20 that you need to sit and ask yourself why a particular group of people. It is because people commit crimes and you don't have to hold a gun to commit a crime. There are so many crimes that are committed without shooting anybody. You can drive from my house maybe 10 miles. Sakwana when I'm not committing crime by 5 because you have run 5 lights. Ticket. A crime. The reason I'm talking about this thing and say, me Martina Krumha, I've been stopped only twice. Martin America almost 15 years, but I've been stopped only twice by a police. The first one he stopped me. I parked. He asked me, "Why did you run this light?" I said there was a car before me. The driver was distracting me because I didn't know whether he was going left or right, so I decided to go around him. Or assess the situation, or Jamie car, or Jamie license. Or when I have a clean license, he told me he believes that this is a genuine mistake. I shouldn't do that again. The second time, police jiname, nobody the car, I bought my car too. That's it. Many police in your confrontation. One thing I am scared about is ticket. My wife does not want ticket to last in my house for more than 2 days on pay. When tickets me run, I know Obia will be feel running lights. Not tickets buy in 24 hours. It needs to be paid. You don't create opportunities for these things. I am running with him. And Imrano sometimes, and yet Obia na Ede, and then did ye, especially when somebody like me, somebody who is black like me. You cannot sit in America and say, maybe I live in a neighborhood that is a rich neighborhood, so you are isolated. You are not. You are under, anything that is happening to somebody out there can happen to me. Anything happening to any black person on the street can happen to me. So I need to understand the laws are important to live within. And to me, I don't carry myself. When I'm driving, I have this thing in my head. Maybe I'm in a very nice neighborhood. They don't fucking care. They see people equal before the law. And that is what you need to understand. And some when you about Ghana, 90% of you cannot get on the street. 90% of you will not drive in Ghana. It is easy. So try not to put yourself in a position that will be so difficult for you, your parents, your family. Do not do that. Masa, say bogus honest with you. I am telling you. Say bogus no with you. O compound does America, obekwa abrochire. Emra ewo kuruma, America kuruma nipa ni omotsewo, emra eni emra ne te no. Majority of you people, you cannot live in that. Ghana is peaceful and safe and easy. Don't put yourself in a situation where you are going to struggle. Let the fast lane go. Inti, Ghana me crime to say it is something. I bet you will be into the whole Ghana. It should go down. Why this person? I didn't think I bet you will be. I didn't think I bet you will be because of what they did. It's because of what they did. The reason why I'm back Ghana I cannot drive is because I stay out of Ghana for almost 8 years. I'm back Ghana. I thought I could drive in Ghana. Now I'm just to my driving from the airport to home. When I'm catching I can't drive in Ghana again. Not because we will be out of Ghana, because I don't want to put anybody in danger. For 8 years, I stay out of Ghana, me back Ghana. When I was coming to Ghana, I told myself I was going to drive my car. I have my car parked in Ghana. I have my place. Me drew Ghana. I'm a driver every airport. You ever find me free airport and me could do fee. And when I'm catching I can't drive. Not because I'm better than anybody driving in Ghana. It is because I don't want to put anybody in danger. Because I don't want to cause any problems. Because I might try and follow some rules. It is rules I am following in Ghana. In that process, I might hurt somebody. I might create more problems. So I will allow somebody who basically is comfortable and understand. So I wouldn't get into a problem where I'm going to knock somebody down in Ghana with my car because I don't even want to get in front of the steer in the first place. I don't want to do it. I don't want to even get in a position where me say me drew a stop sign. No mako jina natural trouble dia be gem ko drive stop sign ko onima de kro. Because a impulse. Because my driver hatch no me who stop sign my dream say menya ticket nti o say be jina ebia sex di mechi we who passenger with him or penentem or be clear me. My kids are in the car, my wife is in the car, my mom might be in the car, I might lose a family member. So at that point, I will not even indulge myself. And this is common sense 101. Common sense 101. Inti mama maya ma crime and yet to say, yeah, beto abanti obi di bone. Musa adenti ne kufu ado moteso no. Adenti na sa America for amba kuru amba chinipa. Adentra. Then it means somebody was covering up for somebody. It means somebody was making things easy for some people, to dupe some people. Then it means some people were not doing their job. Today, when people start to do their job, then it becomes political. Why is it say, people who were into this were not arrested? Because some people decided to protect some people to commit the crime. In Ghana alone, $15.1 million. You and I, our money, and for AUZ, internet, EDGs are free and sim. So don't let us not in your opportunity to sit on TV, on radio, as hosts, as guests. Let us not justify anything called crime. Hey, Obindu Boneda, I have been robbed in Ghana before. I've been attacked by armed robbers before. My name is Eeii. Yes, in Takrady. Don't ever underestimate Obi person do bonnet. I have been attacked with guns. My name is Eeii. When I show you pictures, you cry. It let us not justify anything called a crime. For politics. Obi di bone. Masa, udi bonia embrane bechew. I'm going to say this and I'll say it anytime I get the opportunity. So when you're ready, dear, men di bone no. So otam Americani. So otam Americani sika. Na America for some bechew. Masa, embrace it to Okroma and on. Say, kasi a camera ni biachra. And people who live here should be telling people in Ghana. Ghana na obiasa school fuegu kaba kum nipa 30 40 na me na kana chia. I say, who the school ka chia? The school ka ni jina na stop sign ni pie. Who your president crowd so train. Who bet man I don't know Ghana. Who the school ka chi? School bus chi. Na school bus ni jina 50 times. I also jina 50 times. A Chinese school bus no. To me yim found. The moment the signpost comes out, to me bypass school bus no. So call pay ye crowd or so chain. Oh, you're the president of the republic. You will have to wait. That is some of the laws. Yet na krum near parking kwegu kamu na No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. So school bus too. Now it does not matter why you're late 2 minutes. The moment a bus ni be now what bus ni chi. Ask school for this year. Stop sign, you cannot bypass the bus. Obetman Ghana. Driver, when Jimmy Anna, Unimiansa, Nana no park on Peso Biabekobi, Uncle Baby also, a gentle phone or come. Driver, when Jimmy, Nana school for it because the country or person of protecting Quara. The reason why school bus Jina, what would it chin to me, ma, and a what would it to me, banana say, Aquara, every school bus, ma. Maybe Aquara or psychological problem, Obetuma be checker room, Obetuma for Kadechi, Obetuma BBR. So they make sure, say Aquara be see. And my mom would say, parent, before the bus, the stop sign, into Muamu, everybody stops for the bus to finish what they are doing. So in 50, and I walk out the say 30 minutes the bus will have to wait for the 50 kids to all get down or get on the bus. Emra way near Timuha. We are busy, Jamie, I'm America. We are busy, Jamie. We are busy, Jamie, I'm America. Okra only baby crampo. What's the one here? Now, how much more me? You people should understand. Nobody should make that argument. It's the same gun will be better now 8 years. Now, call for a defrauding call for. I don't think I'm a because people decided to defend crime. Under MPP, crime was being defended, crime was being protected. People put out a lot of real estate by duping people in Ghana. There are so many real estates in East Legon, Cantonment, they are empty. So many houses in Ghana, they are empty because some government allows some people to wash their monies. Who was he going against? Now then I buying son and the America for to be babachinipa. Undi boni America ni bechu. Kwame amwakwa wotia sankrigwa. Adana FBI bechu. It is because you have not committed a crime. You have not engaged in something illegal. I will say this is the time we need to be asking questions. Say, why is it say after 8 years now you say we are seeing Americans come in because there's a treaty to come and pick people up. This is when we need to start asking questions. What was wrong? More some say 8 years of Ekufuado, Obian committed crime. There was no fraud, romance fraud. There was nothing. The Americans, why didn't they come inside? Because some people blocked them from coming. Because not a benefited politicians be. Because some politicians were part of the crime. They were working with these fraudsters to wash money. But should we always be at the receiving end? Is this how we wanted to bring up our kids? This is not how we wanted to bring them up. It does not matter sika abedi ni pensem. Se kronfo ko wie sika. It does not matter what the kronfo uses the money for. Obetumi to schools 30. Obetumi si asori dan 50. Obetumi hwe nipa 50 school. It is still not right. When you go to these countries to say Mexico, Venezuela, and all these places do you have money more than the cartels? Still, the DEA is able to enter their country to go bring Escobar ne El Chapo money ade. Are you powerful than them? Do you know what Escobar ne what Omamakano? Do you know what they were doing for their people? But wrong is wrong. Crime is crime. That is what we need to understand. We need to understand, say, bonnet ya bonnet. Don't get yourself involved. We need to psych the young people to understand. Let us not create an impression, say, they can do things and that when they go wrong and we are coming after them, it is a politician, a politician in Yashi. Your uncle for more Mexico, your uncle for more other countries are cocaine sika are more profitable things. Today they are dying in jail. I didn't know binding can say El Chapo. Uncle said, we munano almost in school, almost in hostels, almost in there, almost boy minor. I didn't know binding can say no, we are going to protect them. No, because morally we need to understand, and Quran need to understand. Say crime is crime. Pablo, these are things we don't have to even. This is the time we need to sit on TV and ask ourselves, hey, so we lived with people like that. We saw them. Why were we not taking action all this while? What happened? Who was in charge? For 8 years, all these things were going on. Why we not taking charge? Why were the Americans not coming in? This is the time to be asking these questions. It means you handed over power to people who were committing crimes with fraudsters. That is the danger. It's really a security aspect. That's how the TV so. That's how Bekase and Abu Trika and I could ask you the security aspect. The first question you ask yourself in your room is no. So this has been going on. So at this point, why are we seeing it now? Because from the records, from what we are seeing, this has been going on for years. For the past 8 years, there was a government in power. Why didn't we see this? Ask yourself as a security personnel. So imagine, Ebiana boys way, with all due respect, not these people. Ebiana Nkofo to Ghana build the atomic bomb, which they have learned on the internet. Ebia omuni so much knowledge. And that bomb they were building in their communities, a bit to me and nullify a whole community. Now, and they are for now. Were you people going to sit on TV and say, why are the Americans picking them away? Say, obi to ukrum, and na oye bomba, a bit to me and nullify a kunipa be 300,000. Ewo ukrum. Now, and the what one is Americans naba. Omo detective say a group of boys and girls be build some kind of bomb. I don't know more building. They don't have any knowledge. So be a mistake to be about 300,000 people would die in Ghana. Now FBI for Boadu Kruma say Sanko for identify almost satellite na chase almost yesterday. Are you going to justify? Are you going to sit and say I don't know what and maneko? That's not justify crime, guys. You see, sometimes, right? Politicians make a fool out of themselves. And for some reason, for some time now, free SHS now a collapse here under NPP, majority of the people were forgetting about Napo. And sometimes now we say politicians, I am a bit more naturally, I am out of ignorance, and I say they just want to speak and be seen foolish. Because this is Napo. Now, I can send you. Before I go into the Napo can and then, what is double track? In the first place, what do you mean by double track? Double track is when kids are not able to go to school at the same time, period. When somebody goes to school and is not able to conclude the academic calendar and comes back home for others to also come in and learn. And somebody will say they do what we call the shifting cultivation or interchanging positions in one academic calendar. Then it means they are changing tracks. It means they are not going to school the same time. That means ebimuko school nebi abafie. That is what we call double track. There are two tracks. We mu namha. Into we mu kono. Now we mu ba. Into we mu bano. Now we mu ko. Basic. That is double track. Now the idea of transitional calendar and the double track was gold and green. It has not come anywhere near any reasonable conversation. You telling me double track was gold and green does not take out the fact that kids were not all sitting in school at the same time, reading at the same time, vacating at the same time, and passing at the same time. You see, it does not take that fact away. The fact of the case is, and then I say, first ana enkwara nyina eco school the same date. Na ye nyina tumi ka say enkwara nyina amakwan no. That wasn't happening under Ekufuado and Bawumia. So that is what we call double track. So it is not about the transitional, it is not about the colors, it is about the fact to say, Diana Emagana Phobi Ebu to say, the kids were not getting enough teacher-student contact. At the end of the day, we could not even follow the academic calendar. At the end of the day, they could not still go through the syllables. At the end of the day, there wasn't enough time for these kids to study. So when you tell me, say, the first batch of free SHS, there was no double track, the fact is simple. There was no double track in the first batch. I'm talking about the first year, because you were not proactive to know that when they go to the second year, the number was going to double. If you were proactive and intelligent, you would have known that the numbers were going to double and that the number of classrooms was supposed to also double. The number of dormitories was supposed to double. Inti when Timimpo Hunyan who say Sankofo we nyina first year, now moko second year, we are going to have a gap. Then you were not intelligent enough to run the free SHS system. Because you were the same people who told us, say, you were going to build 350 senior high schools, all because you were bringing something called free SHS. Why do you think Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo Bawumia promised Ghana say they were going to build the 350 senior high schools? It wasn't to bake bread in it. It was supposed to accommodate the number of kids you people were anticipating of enrolling on the senior free senior high school policy. So if you have been able to think about a policy and you have been able to estimate that the numbers were going to go high, why didn't you make provision to accommodate the numbers that were going to balloon? So your explanation shows it's a number, Jimmy. You were not proactive. You were not smart. You did not know what you were doing. From the beginning, it was just a campaign promise. You did not have the intellectual know-how. Because if you had the knowledge about what you were talking about, the first thing you would have done was you would have told the first year or the 2 years of your administration, you would have told Ghanaians that you were going to implement the free SHS after 1 year or 2 years because you want to finish all the E-blocks because you were expecting a lot of kids to enroll on this policy. But you come and meet one bus at home. You buy one car which takes only 2 passengers. A convertible, which takes only 2 passengers. Then you and the woman you live with, you tell the woman that you want to have triplets. Meanwhile, you have a convertible that takes only you and your wife, a Ferrari. There's no 3-seat back there. You give birth to 1 kid. Every time you are driving, mube tu car na, akorani si wo yire na so, because car no for 2 people. At that moment, na akorani sa into the biotumi tra oyire na so. Now you the same person who you there. O person wo me ensaka ho. But you have not made provisions to say Sunday obekwa sorry. Obekwa sin kwara school anopa. You have not made plans to carry your wife, your kids to school and to church. Into 19 na o car na uchi na air convertible or 2 seats no. Where are you going to put your kids? It means you are not being proactive. You are not intelligent. You did not think through the decisions you were making. You are not a man enough. You are not matured enough to even marry and sit with a woman in a house. Where Jimmy? So the grammar you were saying, and anytime I say, sometimes you know, I am a politician, so we dia, I am a pana. I am a Guineana. 2024, you said, say, we should challenge you, say, double track. By 2029 ended, when Educhum took over from you, this is October 2024. Educhum, 5th November, let me put this up. This is the person who took over from you. This is 29th October 2024. Canceling double track system will be disastrous. Which double track was Educhum talking about? This is 2024, October. Educhum told us that canceling double track will be disastrous. That was when the NDC were saying that the best thing to do as a nation is to make sure we add the private schools to the senior high schools so that the double track, we will not have overflow. The kids can be spread across the nation. Even though we don't have adequate schools, they will be coming to complete all the free SHS schools that you people left. So they were still going to cancel double track. Your substantive minister then, who is Educhum, told us that canceling it, when somebody says canceling, it means that thing is still in progress. That thing is still in existence. He was acknowledging that in 2024 October, they were still running double track in Ghana. Napo, in November 2024, the same year, What did Edichum say? Edichum catcher say, this is 5th November 2024. Double track key to free senior high school access. Don't abolish it. He said it in October and he said it in November. Napo edie pa na omode ye o. Napo edie pa na nkofo we de ye o. Edie no mo hono ma hono ye. Edie enti sa position ba ko pe obepe say running mate. What did they die pa na omode ma hono ye? Edie pa na omode sawo, edie dro pa na omode ye wa. From the day I would to mu say obe ba o mi running mate onye normal biem. Edie pa o yire pa ntumi nkompaibo. And go find out what exactly happened. Napo, can't your wife decide so become about the frako to her? Because something isn't right. You are still off. You are still off track. Be being right. And it pities me because you see, you are trying to sound intelligent, but anytime you speak, when people take their time to listen to you, they get to know you are depreciating more and more in wisdom. In 2024, October, November, your substantive education minister was telling Ghanaians that cancelling, meaning if we take that action, meaning that thing we were talking about, which is double track, still existed in October and in November 2024. So the 2020 was saying, even after 4 years, double track was still in existence at the NPP. De bia kasa hunu inkwasi akeka na po edien pa na mo de ye o ba omia de na mo de aye na po Samira no pedro pa edien na mo de aye na po Samira edie na mo de boy mo de na kwhyen edie na Samira de pedro pa edien na mo de aye na po no. Now yanko yenim Napo esa ka asem foforo efa alawa. Napo say payment of allowances to trainees, that's teachers and nurses, must end at a certain point. Mumi yanko tie Napo alawa. Wait, I won't do that. Napo say eye alawa na ye tia nurse for the teacher for no. And then Napo betno ka kire say I was say ye chum. Hey. Or say it must end at a certain point, meaning it has to be cancelled. This is Napo. This is the guy who was the running mate of Abozege. Then you ask yourself, sometimes when he's about to speak, does he reflect on the things that happened when the MPP, they were in power? Does he even take his time? Anytime people say, Napo. Hina baumia Samira edrobenam de ye no ye hear answers. This is Napo before election 2024 campaigning and telling Ghana for say eye den eye alawano NDC for ba omubetwem eno na Napo any MPP the year campaign or ka say omudie they are going to keep alawa forever na NDC for mumba omubetwem and the okache say e o say twa alawa mu. Who will vote for me? 24 election. This is the same man who Okojina nursing training for him, teacher for him say, hey, yene MPP, alawa, yenchemu da. Satana John Mahama say, we have to substitute that so that we can build more schools, we can build more hospitals. Yaman Korani Koji loan. And then a influence no stress free. No free whatever and then Korano Eco tertiary institutions first year omuntia fees no that is what influenced it because John Mahama who say alawan year substitute na first year no and Korano ko university no omuntia fees now almost started to year loan no from second year that gap no it will help in Korano to help the parents and it will help the government. The same time John Mahama is selling this message to Ghanaians no na Napo jiran Korani ni mu ka kire say ye ni MPP for ye ntwa alawa mu da and in less than a year oti TV so ka kire Ghana for say woni bibi e was alawa ni ye twem at the point this. Anytime I say, a dear crabana modi butu napoti so. A green and I say a blue. Monche, Samira, Monche, baby, I'm going to napoti ko share. Because something isn't right. Something is off. The way Bawumia is off, the same way Napo is off. It looks like the more Bawumia goes off, the more the Napo goes off. Me I should say a drone na mukoye no more the Bawumia ne Napo tri bomu and a much chire. Because their level of reasoning is the same. Omuka someone da ochina no murefi. They say things and just forget about it. It's either they don't respect the people listening to them, or somehow maybe they are insane and we don't know. So I'm asking. Napo and the air catcher say omo MPP for say omo betwa alawom. Napo still wants to be the running mate of Bawumia. Like sometimes listen to him. Do you want to be president? Yes, in the future, if I get opportunity to prove myself, yes, why not? I'm equally capable of being president of Ghana, or you think I'm not qualified to be. That's the answer you give him. You give the lady that answer, showing people that you are confident enough. You are not able to boldly tell a presenter that I've learned enough, have enough experience, my resume is rich enough to even contest to be president today. A simple question. Now, have you seen my adopted logo? Sia and sana obeyo hene enkwasi akeka. Napo is done, dusted, and locked up. It is a simple thing. You are a politician. I don't want to be president now, but in the future, yes, if the opportunity comes and I believe I'm ready. That's it. Future is when. Future is not now. If you wish, who are you trying to lie to? We are not foolish. We are never foolish. We know we can think better than you. But every time that's all. The 1992 kind of politics now, and you be in no. And the kind of politics, your friends say, everything you say today can be used against you tomorrow. That is the kind of politics we do today. And it's going to be used against you, not just by words, with facts. If you want to be president, be bold and say you want to be president. If somebody wants to make you running mate and they approach you and you believe that you are a running mate material for now, you can choose to be running mate. And then after that, you look for what to be a president. It's simple. Napo, do you want to be president? For now, I don't think I'm prepared to be president. But hey, if the opportunity comes now and I weigh the options and I think it's better, I'll take it. And if somebody also wants to work with me, I'm open to work with anybody else. You create opportunities. You create a gap. That is communication. You create that gap whereby every day you can basically roam in it. You are not, you people are not smart. You just sit. And when they push you a little bit, now your logo, who cares about your logo? Why did you put a logo together? That rebranded logo or that thing you call adopted logo. Why are you adopting a logo? Are you a football club? You belong to a political party that has a logo. As we speak, you have not told us you want to be president. So what does that logo mean to anybody? Why? Is your logo important than the MPP? The mad elephant? No. So you adopting a logo, maybe you want to go independent. That is why the lady is asking you, do you want to be president? Maybe her next question was going to be, you know what? The logo you have adopted is confusing people. People are now thinking that you might want to go and form your own party because you are part of the NPP and you as an individual, you have a brand, you have adopted logo. What is it not contradicting what your party represents? Because you're a party, you're a member, you're a family of the NPP, which has the mad elephant as a symbol. So an intelligent journalist will try and even create room for you to justify the reason why you have a logo as an individual and why the party logo supersedes your logo. And these idiots all want to be president. And who are your communicators? Who are the people you think with? When I'm going to direct him in your politics, who are you thinking you are lying to? of do you want to be president? Do you want to contest? Are you going to come again? Now, Jimmy Sana, you know, I'm not going to say it now. Who cares if you're going to say it today or tomorrow? Who cares if you want to be president today or tomorrow? Who cares? For all you know, somebody's watching you and he's telling himself, I believe Napo, if he's nurtured well, if he's taught how to speak well, if his communication skills is worked on, I believe in the next 8 to 12 years, he can be a better candidate. Maybe somebody's watching you, but he comes there and talk, yes, future. Why is future? No, you can't just answer a simple question. You people are foolish. First year, mame. Nkwasi asem say ya mese mu mienu omo de muti ko hye baby wo Napo ene abozege ba omia mese Samira de muti ko hye waye mu eduro ma yegu muti so you be plan normal now almost abusan something about Bokwame Nkrumah no. Now if you ask me, Kevin Taylor, a specific question or a direct question about what I have done, especially when you are coming out of an election where there was a lot of controversies, the best thing to do when it comes to communication, when people want you to take the blame, when people even try to assume or assumptions or perceptions are created around you in communication, if you want to lead, what you need to avoid is trying to drag other people in the problem you created for yourself. That is the last thing you do. And that is why John Mahama is one of the best communicators when it comes to governance. Because you wouldn't get him making such silly mistakes. You see, the problem with these people, with some MPP forward, say, one thing they lack as a political party and also as individuals, as NPP followers, they don't take responsibility for anything. And it is that inner monkey, that pride, that is destroying them. You see, they don't take responsibility. They will never accept that this action, this decision, this statement at this particular time was wrong. And that is the biggest problem at MPP as a political party and its followers are struggling with. Because the party is a party, the people, because of selfish interest, and the mentality say, so when they go wrong, the only time you see NPP apologize or take responsibility is when they speak against people they believe say party ni omodia. When they speak against people they believe say can speak for them to be taken out of their own party, that is the only time they take responsibility, or at the end of the day try to show say omodi nkwasi asem. We all heard you on stage. It is not about you saying, say, oh mame. The same oh mame no, obi betuma kan no control mu. Obi so betuma ka say, oh mame baby, obi betuma kan house him. But it is the context that we can say no. And see a busa of such a questioner, your first answer should not be the Yamin Kaya. Nobody gives a heck about Yamin. Yamin on person be vice president. Yamin can't over be a president. Inti say Yamin can't some now while we are running mate to customer. Which one should we take serious? Because Yamin at this point, so Obia you say running mate and also NDC you say flag bearer. Now o make a statement here. Then we will know his intentions and also what is behind the orkano. But Yamin, as we speak, it's like me. It's like anybody. In just I will say Yamin, ejina baby kaya. And then I just a position na the amount. Side the brain na the amount. That running mate the amount. And I want to the moment they said, say, we are 2 for this year, Yamau running mate position, and send me what I would to mean cat. And then I want to nana, or for 2 for, or Tina Bejuma, on to me no munsio Bejum. Mata him for me to me no munsio. I didn't know 2 for is to come to no Bejuma, Abia or see I didn't to Mabakatan Homani no munsio, because there's a reason. Obi also, or also did was antimemu, but or Tibejum Betman munsio. I didn't know 2 for Tibejum 5 hours on to me, and she ain't so num, because of the position that has been given to him. Even though you are him for her, we have politicians in Ghana. We have people vying for MP positions. And we have people who want to be president and vice presidents. This question that was asked was the best opportunity for you to take responsibility and be like, you know something? This is something that has gone on for some time. And let me make it clear, with all due respect to Ghanaians. We were in a very tense election moment. Maybe I got carried away. Maybe the intentions I used and the intentions behind my comment, it wasn't what people saw or what it came out or how it sounded. And that if I've offended anybody, whatever I said, to me, that moment, I thought I was saying the right thing because, hey, I was in the moment. But with all due respect, if this offended anybody, whether NDC, MPP, Nkrumahist, I am Napo, I'm Ghanaian. And I would like to end this conversation today. I am extremely sorry, and I will never disrespect Nkrumah. So if my comment that day offended you, this is me. This is Napo. You speak as a politician. Obiani Buofubia will shut down. That's it. What are you trying to justify here? And Yamin. And I don't give a heck about what somebody told Kufuor. I don't care about what somebody told some Nkrumahs. I care about the face, how you are able to prove to me, say, you are not going to disrespect Nkrumah again. And that thing wasn't intentional. In some occasion, say, you have still not told us. Say, Adia we and Nkrumah. And your boni biya say. Sometimes we offend people. We don't even know we offended them. But it goes a long way to affect us. And it's not Santika Sakase, Jamaninka, and Chess says Sebi Udibim, and I would for. You see, Jamaninka, what it does is say it solves, it takes out the little bickerings, the little tensions, confusions. Internet, your Kasebi Kase, Jamaninka. Inti, and we are for me nuku, over some army to me freba, Quackoshed them or Sakusi, they are causing Yami Jaimanenka. Not because Akwesi is guilty, it is because the mother wants peace in that house. And that moment, Akwesi Bejia Tum said, man, no problem, no. Akwesi has built something new. Akwesi will earn the respect of his brother. And Akwesi will earn the respect of that home. And that is what you are lacking. Common basic sense. That's your bomudia. Most of you are tekasa, ya titi efie, but most of you people are foolish. You see, sometimes you people have some spiritual problem. And you people, politically, Napo, you are not ready. But we want Bawumia to pick you. Because Bawumia cannot go pick any other person. Right now, one guy's ulogo. Because the intentions, and in Komaya say, Bawumia and pick you, running meter, obeto. That is why you have started building your own brand. That is why you have started what you call adopted my own logo. Because now, indirectly, you are threatening Bawumia say, Yanya Santifone edi 2 minimal. So what they make call first one, na amfa. Yeah, they also call first one amfa. So you cannot jump me and go for second person. Because John Muhammad, the professor, no poko ma call first amfa no. Or sa the prof by beam. Inti Napo, you cannot skip me and go pick anybody. And if you dare do that, this logo I have adopted is a signal. It's a sign to show you, say, we are going to split. And that is what you are doing today. And intina, what should I say? Yen crafty, yen create a logo for you. Because only one call for the more sentiment, and you have won Bawumia. So this thing you have created, catch Bawumia say, it's either he chooses you or he sees the Ashanti part of the party split. Jack, yaya politics are chill. Ye nimudiamu ye nina mo party no egu munimu nyansa. Na meka chere Bawumia, you have no option. Bukene de Japan, tata omumu, kuomubi, neji tumino, you have to go with Bawumia Napo. Uni option. Bawumia, yabemu wanu mebeto da. Ube ya fere, wo Bawumia. Yabemu wa anum ebeto da. Ebeto da yede abortion. Ebeto da etwisa sasabro. Ebeto da esa akumayare. Ebeto da esa eyedien, eye ulcer. Ebeto da esa TB, esa hypertension. Ebeto da sa tumi ya abortion. Me say, wo Bawumia, yabemu wanu mebeto da. And if you dare skip Napo, shit. Now what pray to me, no. Now you asante for ya moa. Sebio. Wow, so we teni our party crowd ni card no. You want us to take you there twice. Now you come for asante for. Yen na ba for ko totete ni more room. 700 pounds. Edite party a wo abeka ho a uni card no. Yen na the episode this in chen. Oh bodam. And that is the message that is waiting. Makache ba omi ase be mana no me beto da. Hey, Kennedy, upetuma bomu nyina emfa me ho. Upetuma bomu nyina tu emfa me ho. The plan na amafa no, it will work. You will rig. We get it. O we are also fa Napo. Now de bre na bebu yani asantefo say ye moa. Yete ha twen ho. O Professor Nana Opoku Ajiman. O John Mahama. O de Nana Opoku Ajiman ekọ 2020. Okosre insa emfantefo e de se me. Okopa omo che say maami we onimnim die. Maami we obunu ho. Maami we sebio ne nyansa ebetuma aboa me e mama kochechire Ghana man no. E na yene mfantefo ba together say gi de hye ne fa no ko. Na fa no ko som Ghana. John Mahama 2020 de Professor Nana Opoku Ajiman ekọ akono. De esi ne say wentume ndi nkunim. Je na John Mahama ye. John Dramani Mahama esa konfantifo nim ka se mesrɛ mo. Gidi a mode wo mi mu a mode anidie ede monana eye na na ma me amede ne ko ya nkunim amba no. Monfa saa gidi na ansa ma me ebu a mede ma mo eni sebio mempese mebu munimtia ama Ghana fo bi so adwene se sebio infantefo de munim nyansa sebio infantefo de muntumi mmoa eme enkyekere man sebio infantefo ntumi mmoa man dis ndi nkunim nti John Mahama sabe pampa infantefo chew eji Nana Opoku Ajiman esade ne ko 2024. 1 omo respect. 2 or say consistency makes it right. And I approve Ghana for say he will be the first person or the Obabeye vice president of Ghana. Consistency, believe and trust. Ade John Mahama with Jimmy. Nana Opoku Ajiman kwana na ye oba o Ghana. Nana Opoku Ajiman kwana ako school. Nana Opoku Ajiman kwana obetime di vice president. But John Mahama, out of respect and confidence in Nana Opoku Ajiman, very important, the confidence he has in her, because that confidence nema John Mahama kofa Nana. So you can't tell me say, oh, confidence will now election first, now we lose. Suddenly the confidence is gone. That is fake. So John Mahama showed genuineness, honesty, and I'll say I will still go again with you, because that confidence any it has not dwindled. John Mahama then about 2024 he won. So I don't expect you Mahamudu Bawumia. And what makes you Bawumia and Napo the more dangerous? And they say Napo ya santini. Napo ne wafa na oye chiamema otumfo say tutu. Ono na etiti ni mo remuko yi ni 700 pounds every nem passe. Sika na waboa no ni sika nyina na ewo ni wiase e na ode te party no a eya santefo party. Inti sa party no a omo beja ene omo brete ye no. Eno na won eye Bawumia sebi owo ye tani a na woni party card kra ye ma wo be share party ye smuggle wo illegally e be share party no imredu se sebio ye de wa be di party ni na fa asantini ni sa kobie ma opa Bawumia be so ka cha asantefo se omo ye nkwasiafo. You cannot trust them. You cannot trust omo de hye no, and that they are not intelligent to go for second term. Wo tani kra sebio a onka party no, you want to go twice. You are going all over the place telling people you deserve a second chance. Adentina Santiniba Odimoko Dinchini, they don't deserve a second chance. And we have told you, it is Napo or nobody. Me say, Bawumia, Okampo no muntie. Mopa mumboke ne difori nyina tuo. Mopa munchinchimo munye de mbeye bia, but it's either Napo or nobody. And that campaign is waiting for you. Now you say for yankwasiafo. O you say sebio otumfo or heneketwa. O you say otumfo sebio odi bibia ye say obetam na po aba eye menhia beka che Ghana fo nyina say we na Bawumia yi no. O you say otumfo ni dwumadi. Eye ebu a otumfo de ma wo eye Bawumia party kura won ka ho. Ne nana party ena ode wo tani abedi anim say fa ne de hye di wichi. Makwa na anye ya oba ya wabeto de hye ato atwene. O de hwan na eba. Now why now Baba you need na ba santime musa ochen Napo. Asantini fufuro ben ochen Napo. We are here. It's either Napo or nobody. Now, I'm going to from team. Stay with me. Abo 11-5 or Ghana. Ejinem. Bronya nanti yesiano. John Mahama na buying 1 year ni obia ni wa wenya scandal. Yesi akra abre. Oh, ye scandal. Scandal. More scandal be. I can want some. Now, and the Parliament under John Mahama NDC. Government revokes LI 2462, bans mining in forest reserves. Under the able leadership of Ama Kofi Boa, John Dramani Mahama buying, and the Sa Emrana Samuel Abu Trika na Oye Land Minister Eme Kufuado, a very young, diabolic criminal calling himself a politician. He led the Kufuado administration. They came to Parliament and be the forest of Ghana say. Omo party akromfo no enwura forest no mo kotu galamsey under Ekufuado under NPP ye kan bibia wo wiase Samuel Abu Trika oye sremni ukoni kuroma edua tintin bi enu a eboro eye ndua ewo western region. Samuel Abu Trika e de krata ne ba Parliament kache Ghana for say onenne Ekufuado omadwene ho cabinet na de na eya wasenum nyina anse Samuel Abu Trika ede eye sa bill no eba Parliament say yen hye ne mra say yenko forest mu enko say ye kwaye no na Kennedy Japan wa Parliament na a member of Parliament na Brian Champon a member of Parliament na Edichum a member of Parliament na Bawumia et cabinet Samuel Abu Trika de call cabinet no Mahmoud Bawumia ojitu mu cabinet say ampa yenko bie forest no na yema ye party for ewurem na yema ye MCs ewurem na yema ye MPs ewurem enti Bawumia etna parliament etna cabinet ejitu mu Samuel Abu Trika edeba Parliament no a NDC for sorry tia no e na Kennedy Japan eye de eye Brian Champon ene eye de Osechi Mensa country esanko for nyina ka se dabi ye be pene so eno mu nyina kan yeye eno mu bie forest no ena chairman wontumi ni group omu nyina bowrebu ena omu dinua omu di asase no omu de cyanide mercury ye ka sam chiro mo nte no mu use to me enfri omunsa and under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama, under the able leadership of the land minister Ama Kofi Boa, sa emrana omushe no NDC aban eye free ho and then nobody can enter any forest in Ghana to mine. Okay, let me say John Mahama ne NDC person mo to aso a I should be against it. We are boa. And then me say sa emrana Ekufuado ne Bawumia Kennedy Japan, Brian Champon mo share of Parliament. Time na MPP wa Parliament say ye wura kwayem na yenko say ye kwaye no and the NDC are buying aba in less than a year. Omo twem. Omo say obie ni ho kwan say obewura kwayem akoye den akotu egudie ye chewa aban ni wo bedi. And you tell me say Ghana for ye remfi bibia na yen sanfa mombra to me. Yes, I to me my MPP. They will go back into the forest. Yes, I to me Emma Bawumia Kennedy MPP for we are. They will go back into the forest. That is them. I didn't think you better progress when you na after 41 years. Ni asatam to me my MPP. Why? I didn't think you better progress when you na you bet to me a boy homodin. I reverse sign my bonny when you na ashisha you chrono. Ni asatam to me ama galam safe for BM. Why? Why should we even think about that? Now, and the National House of Chiefs for Akasa, now, something very interesting. Enrechi, and I say Endra and America, Ahimfo more Ghana, a bagalam say, we are taking the fight to Ahimfo. You see, I know, politicians, no, ye deal with Chia me say, almost the 2 minutes in Amamo Ahimfo, na Mumubi Mugufi, na Moya Galam say. And I am for number one national chiefs no mabekasa. Edia no moka. Almost say President of the National House of Chiefs, Ojiahoho Yaujebi II, urges government to involve traditional authorities in the fight against illegal mining, warning that Galamsey is becoming a national security threat. Ade chinya yegyina ahemfo no so say they are the ones we are going to blame. We are going to come after them because they need to protect nsase no. They say yegyina agya to politicians ya kromfo anameboa yegyina yekebi politicians unji omundi ahemfo no de mo na mo hwe nsase no. Ade chinya the National House of Chiefs for abekasa almost say aban emfa omonka galamsey okono ho momienko papa we ye frɛ no oje ahoho ya ojebi the second. Now me say unim say baby a odi ohene no eye sehwi anwea so one of the places eye galamsey power Ghana. Do you know? The National House of Chiefs president baby a odi akonya ekuro na odi akonya wo so no oba Ghana uyi 5 places a ye galamsey pa baby a papa we ote a odi hene no omo ye galamsey uyi top 5 in Ghana ekuro na odi hene wo so no saa baby owo no eho na omo ye galamsey. Now utie ni kasa mu a, and today this evening when I got this video in the afternoon, meeting the buy no, I sent 3 boys to ono baby a odi hene no. Me say they should go and film the galamsey site on one asase na oteso no. Me de ba be kire mo. Now Okasa no TBB, he spoke about resourcing us and also we the owners of the land. This is the president of the National House of Chiefs. Okasa no choose some 2 words be a very vital and very important. Or say aban resource omo aban emmo mu sika emmo mu nyoma omo betumi de ako eye de ngala no. And secondly, asase no omo na eye omo dia. Oye ohene ewo sehwi anwea so. Na sehwi anwea so no in Ghana upe baby a ye digala. Baby a ye digala. Papa we ni kuru asase so ye digala ma ne wura fom. Masema ni patre mo ko di kurom. Makache Ghana for say the fight against galamsey, ahemfufo, they can use a month to fight it. Ahemfo. We don't need the military. We don't need anything. Sa ahemfo, they can fight the galamsey fight. Majority of them are involved in the fight against galamsey. Now, in some now kind of the hami wom, and I say, the mihuni say, a man a sound say, he's being on serious and say, you don't need the government to include you in the fight against galamsey. The fight against galamsey is not a government fight. The fight against galamsey is a Ghanaian fight. Now, yane Ghana for ene wose ye kokono. Na yane Ghana for nyina ne wo tumi. Inti wo tumi na wo yo hene na in your own speech oka say the owners of the land no. Why do you need the permission of the government to protect your own land? And we have put this on record. Or say they are the owners of the land. So if you are the owner of the land, then you don't need the government to include you. You need to take the initiative to protect your land. Meaning, where you're trying their man on all kind, they want to come with all due respect. Create impression. Say they are concerned about the galamsey destroying our lands, our forests. No, they are not concerned about it. But say the fight against galamsey, government, it's enough. Yeah? The government has a role to play. And the role of the government is to make sure that our standby security anytime we call on them to take action. It's technically the SOS team are from 9 months, they are on standby. Send down a G or hini before phone. No, I can say, many from me or Jahoho. I want you to come to Sevi Aniaso or China Mesram 9 months. Me detecting place 7 places or moya gala, me persebutu winina say. Now, mo make sure say, sa excavators no, omo de aye reclamation. Sa excavators na makoto no hono, and no ansanka anyaningum. That 9 months team will be there. But you know what? He will not do it. Because ahemfono and then galamsey for no ashesha ho and almost sense no. Why? We are not stupid. Adewe damage control. And my job is to turn the youth and the people in our communities against ahemfo who are involved in illegal mining in Ghana. The strategy, it has ended. The strategy of but it is easy to blame government and take the focus off us. We are done. It is time for you people to prove, say, this is the time we need you people. We are not going to blame government fully. We are going to make sure you people are more from one handful. Because today, the president of the National House of Chiefs will be an or say they are the owners of the land. So, our first expose will be from Sefi Anhuaso. You are the head of the National House of Chiefs. We are going to use your town to set the example. And I will make sure Ghanaians get to know Galamsey Awoteso. I will expose you. I will let Ghanaians know, say, they are now already on just damage control. I will let Ghanaians know, say, moi himfunibi, mona mama Galamsey, say Ghana. Because in your own words, we'll say you are the owners of the land. Nobody's going to resource you people. The royalties you are taking on your various lands is enough. The royalties now, Mojijeno. The royalties you are taking as chiefs on your various lands, it's enough. Nobody's going to resource anybody to fight illegal mining. The government already has a team on standby. The government has already resourced NIMOs. The government has equipped NIMOs. The government has bought enough equipment for NIMOs. Anywhere they are called, they are the SOS of anti-Galamsey. Any chief when we say Galamsey or Assassin machine is no friend 9 months on beba. It is their job. So nobody is going to resource anybody. Yes, and Tamusika Mamo to go and protect your own land. Abra, you people can force or make sure you enact laws for Bankasama Assassin to prevent anybody from stealing. Mutumitina Krunim Emma Ponchi to meet. A ponchi or to meet. Na obi akwachi no okuro foforo so de ayan kwan adi mutumi di asem no hunipa odi a ori aponche no machine si so de wo so wonte mutumi tena himfie e kire se aponche we ti wo kuro we so ote ye no ye de na wotwe miensa hwehwe aponche ye hu nanso hwehwe mu kire se eye kwa me daako ono na chi aponche ko satani ku no de yan kwan mutumi judge ehu bebi nipa ori aponche no baby opportunity free here. Ultimate children baby excavator see ewo wasase so. Ultimate children baby excavator see ewo wasase so. Then you are not being truthful to yourself and truthful to the black stool you people are sitting on. Majority of you people, you are an embarrassment to Ghana. So this damage control and writing script to come reading. We have crossed that stage. Okay? If we have to sacrifice, do what hurts to make sure that this country at the end of the day is safe for a few, we will do it. Me say, if we have to do everything, we have to sacrifice, take decisions that are difficult, that will benefit a little people, that will develop this nation for our Inchirimba and the generation behind us to get a better place to live. We will have to do it today. We need to bite the bullet. Nyoma Swati, a year producer price inflation aba bedru 1.3. A year nyoma bo ati aba bedru 1.3. A year producer price inflation aba form. Yatete nyoma so Ghana fo nyina nim sende okudwa so a ente se kanwe no nyoma eba form kakra endru baby no ebeba form pa be stable sa na tie oman we kakra na yechechire aban we buy no we di no kura kire enti mama ye ninje mama ye nyina ye ninje wa wo bibi kakra betima koto abedi bronya no mon try na mon koto na mon brefie na yenda onyankopon ase so they abedru almost at the end of the year. It is not easy to get to this point and there utumisa onam Ghana ebufu ni nipa akumem a year ago ni nyina bronya kwa na ebufu yakumem yakobo mpa 31st night enso ebufu na boy akumem nti amon nyankopon entie ye mpa bo less than a year ago. Minim said this year 31st night empire yebebo for empire ye bono onyankopɔ betie because ye de akoma pa ɔdɔ ɛna yesi ade te Ghana ɛyɛ ayemunyono no efiri hɔ sebio ye nyina enim de sie for the past 8 years senia ne tentan ye ho ye ndɔ ye ho sebio ɛyɛ ɔtan bia bɛda ye mu a wish Ghana ni hia Ghana ni ana ne bu ofu no ho obi kura ma ne nyɔnko nkasa ne nim ahemfo ne ahemfo ko ɛyɛ de politician ko nkwara ko free SH so bɛkɔ na nkwara nya bebi nda nipa etete awofo bre ekura ne tim na nsuo totɔ ne yehu de enye ye ho president no so a ye kasa kyerɛ na omu nipa onum wi ne mba akɔfa criminals abegu kyɛ sɛ na bibia ye basa na businessmen fo dwuma omusika hye okwabusuo kan a bogus pa na omafonfon oma yɛ nkura ende kɔhwɛ omu nyina anim da hɔ ende omu nyina yerenom asaba ende abusuo kan obie ni wa owo problem ende nyoma no mkoyi a yate so kakra beduru hɔ obia nsa bɛka na no ende okɔ ɛyɛ swame a enije ɛwɔ hɔ every say ɛkwan a MPP ebeja to swame hɔ no ende NDC ɛyɛ ende okɔ swame fo a ɔmumtu kwan kɔ Japan ɔmukɔ ɛyɛ Germany kɔfa engineer ade mu hu sɛ esi ade ɛyɛ kyɛnkan no menka sɛ bibia yɛ rosary menka sɛ bibia yɛ pepepe nanso ɛyɛ kyɛn before and that is what we call progress intende okɔ edwa so akesia uhu malata okɔ kotokraba oba kejetia oba edwa akesia wo Ghana nyina koforudua ene srem edwa akesia nyina odum sɛ edwadifo mba no sere nko an sebi omunim sɛ enye kora ntise payday entise kane no ende de yenim sɛ edwetire da hɔ yenim sɛ ye kɔ akɔda no yebeba no na yesika sɛm no bebi gyina enhyera ensɛye yebetumi ayɛ dwuma ama sebio akoso nti ama Ghana enije aba ende ebufuo ni Ghana sa first no trotro mate form to me shada pa na omodoma motium esi ohwina no because mate ni bu ofu driver bu ofu nti otina trotro ma na ohwia mo atuhwinim ni motium na obi so kansem hunu kyerɛw endre ukohu sɛ nkɔfo te trotro ma obia ne nyɔnko di nkɔmɔ yɛsresre yɛbɔ ɛho sere hehe yɛ nyina yɛ ni agye ɛyɛ ɔdɔ ɛna sebio ɛyɛ aban foforo we di aba ama sebio ende otumi sɛ okɔ asɔre dem a asɔre fo no tumi sɛ yes enije wɔ hɔ amanfo ɛbɔ mpa yɛ efiri omakomem ende udru asɔre a nipa mu na omakomem enye sɛ bibi etumi obi a ontumi nkasa ende obi aka na boso asɛm ende obi asɔre otumi kɔ court ɛde na asɛm kɔto court sɛ sebio we menti aseɛ court nkyerɛkyerɛm ende amanfo wini court ebi lose cases enso obi a enkontɔkwa ende yɛfrɛ ɔyɛkyerɛ ende obɛkɔ abɔnten obi atumi yɛ ɔyɛkyerɛ obi ambo obi ni obi ankontɔkwa aban no etie ɔmɔ mo yɛ ɔyɛkyerɛ sebio bibi a wadwene ana wakoma enjo so no aban no wɔ hɔ a ɔka obetie nti ama ɛyɛ deɛn ɔman ne etim no enije abem sebio awerɛho a yɛdi for 8 years no this is the first time we celebrate ɛyɛ Christmas a ɛde ɔdɔ ɛne enije akoma pa ɛne ɔdɔ ɛne ahomka ɛne dibedi nti mutum say when you come into in contact with people mutum say enije wɔ hɔ pa this year mabaga na be 5 times and every time I Ghana biano, bitumu say the energy in Ghana is getting better and better. People are able to mingle. People are talking. People are going to live bands. People are meeting people they don't even know and having conversations with them. People, there's no tension in the system. Ebuphobia shada niho. Otumu say the country is back. Kwame Nkrumah Ghana na ojama ye na nipa bi edi Kwame Nkrumah atem no yasa de Ghana na ba biem Ghana na represent odo hospitality enuado eni nkabom no that Ghana is back again and that is all that we are looking for and there ye fe krampo ni say uhu president na odina nipa mu kasa e ma wa werehemu you get that confidence and belief. What is so refreshing and say every time a president be pia bontin bia nipa be hu no the aura around the president is very unique. E kire se onyankopon sa wom President Nekasa, you can see his jovial side, his serious side. You can see a president you can relate to. Utum se nipa to me nante no mako president wo no ni din komo na oni almost sre president to me in phone wa obi number no bi so agi the number. That is the country we want to build. A country where we are all inclusive. Yet do ho enya adwene bone ene nyoma huhu bi a kwasiafo bi hye suit no mu hunu nipa. Oman no mu da ho enija ba. Nti mama ye nyina enya ne kakra mate for ende obeko omato matade ende na otumu se mate ni omudika mu a ende mate for nyina shirt omo shofefefe omoto mu mbon ende amanfo tena troto mo ni mate fine omudi nkomo the IGP and also Ghana police and also NACOC when it comes to the crackdown of illicit drug abuse Ghana. And I keep stressing on this topic because in Yamepa in Karabibre Ghana, they are into this illicit drug consumption. Majority of the youth, say so when you Abu Trika oko around the nation, out say Ghana for me, Bruno do say all because some people are bringing the influx of all these illegal drugs into the system. The young ones are consuming. It be ABBA in a form of a energy drink. And I think, say, the Ghana Food and Drugs Authority, say, more a year standard be a more measure a year energy drinker. Then I think it's about time you dropped that a year volume, because it is looking like now they are switching from a year red, any idea, because now they are struggling to get access to red. I'm better on market because there's a clamp down on a year red, in the system, They have now turned to a year some kind of energy drinks in the system. I'm not going to mention names, but I expect a year the Ghana Food and Drugs Authority to pay attention to a year some kind of energy drinks in the system. And Korano abuse omuyuzu essay nipa. We don't want to mention names because you perceive with evidence a year dear a womb any dear a year area saying Korano. So it's one thing we are paying close attention to those kind of energy drinks in the system, and whoever and I say nipa krobia all the drinks be ba onim se sa drinking ya the money ba or noma ebe han ba no or making sure sa drinking in the system, because when we decide to go after you people who are bringing in these very bad energy drinks, and those things they call liquid cracks mode bus system nim no see ano crack no na makwa ne say energy drink and mode afra edien a gas na mode abasa we de utimi nom a energy drink. The Food and Drugs Authority should pay attention to energy drinks in Ghana. Very important, because CBI youth say is serious, and I've seen a year the Ghana Police Service, some security agencies are clamping down on these illicit drugs in our various communities. Me will say a year so our northern region, a crackdown started here. And I'll urge the IGP. I would like to say this: the IGP, we beg you. It is looking like we are receiving a year complaints about the people leading this a year kind of operation. We know that the fight against illegal drugs, a year the fighter was a NACOC and a fighty. NACOC can do that with the local police station at that particular place, Omoko. The report we are getting, and they say the people leading this operation from the IGP side, especially in the northern region, the broad idea about fighting illicit drugs in the ghettos, in the communities, it is laudable. We all like it. But the people leading this, a bit more personal, because they are turning it into a police me or tribe women into this tribe area. We are going to waste lives. We are going to do some things that are personal beyond Ejuma Ediamomono. And I am alerting the IGP. I have names, I have audios. I don't want to go further. It is about time you crack the whip on some of the police officers to be part of the operation to go around the nation. To be very fair with you, IGP, this operation it's supposed to be led by NACOC. So NACOC kas omoko Ashanti regional. Say Obuasi no mokwa, they need to partner the Obuasi police to do this operation. So for the IGP to set up a team to be doing this, technically it is not in the law, but we are not going to fight it. But my problem is there are one or two people who are leading this mission. With all due respect, ABS4, they have taken it upon themselves to say because Omo tribe be minty, say a year operation team no some tribe they deliberately decide say in Branti and Maba or they will beat some and they waste some. And IGP, I'm being very generous tonight. I'll pretend to say you don't know what is going on. And we know the records of these people who are leading this mission. Under the NPP, these same people, you are making them lead this mission. We know what they did and their record. We are all in support in this fight. We want to make sure, say, illegal drugs, ye free system. But some police officers been to me your margin say, so it's remni, that's the operation we are bana with the some particular group of people be, or the sad to me near their man no, say, or the bedding, or the betata or more. That should stop. If you are going in to stop the distribution of illegal drugs. That is the job. Your investigations say the police if only been IGP, some who don't even deserve to be leading this operation. You have put them. The next time I come and speak on this issue, I'll mention names and I'll add the record of these police officers who are not supposed to be leading this charge. IGP, let's be honest here. Yenye Jumano the right way. Let us try and save this nation. It is all your police in now Kasa group we now we teni and now we srimni now our junior will say we your police ni now belonging to this tribe and you are part of the police into your Kosa community way na a tribe we no what the personal issues beka ho na mass striking kwarabi ho detaining kofo abunkophobia. You need to move away from it. And it's the responsibility of you, IGP, with all due respect, say, to put your foot down. The same people who were doing the same thing with Dampare are the same people you are making them lead this kind of operation. We don't know why you have decided to do that, but it is in your own interest. So, IGP, I don't want to come back here and come play your record. I've told Ghanaians the job you are doing is good. So, Okonkrata or Sanakok any leading this operation. The fight against illicit drug in our communities, in our regions, in our various whatever. NACOC is supposed to collaborate with the local police to do this. You are not even supposed to put any team together. And why it's fine. But in Kofono Mulid, especially when they went to the northern region, the gentleman who led that operation, you have to withdraw him. That police officer who led that operation, you have to withdraw him. And IGP, I know you have a group inside the Ghana police that you are using to do other things. Maybe media manoke kame. Maybe my colleague journalists for Makano. They are in your good books, so they have decided not to speak on the kind of things going on or the headquarters and also in the operations. We all want this job to be done right. IGP, we no hard feelings. Of late, you have been having too much meetings with Afenyo Makin and Henry Korte. Yesterday, you had this long meeting with Henry Korte and Afenyo Makin. Yesterday, the meetings are becoming too much. IGP, enough. You know you are my father. I like you and I love you, like Alan Chamantin. You are my father. I like you. The side meetings with you and Afenyo Makin and Henry Korte is getting too much. It is enough. The perception out there that you are an NPP guy working for the NPP, don't make it happen. Don't create it. Don't do that. Andre Nyumbre, this long meeting we had with Afenyo Makin and Henry Korte, and it's a consistent meeting you've been having with them. It's enough. Please, just be IGP. We beg you. We just want the right thing done. I'm not stopping you from meeting with anybody. That is your own mission, your own reason. You have your own reasons. But I think as an IGP, the meetings are getting too much. You and Afenyo Makin and Henry Korte is getting too much. The friendship is going beyond your professional duties. So say, I'm not here to be hard on you. I like what you're doing. Do your job. Some of my colleagues now, almost around the power, normal to office, normal to gates, nano. They have become journalists, police officers. Some of them feel say they will have to be the roadblock and try and clean everything up. No, they are not powerful than anybody. We all want you to do your job. We just want you to do your job. Recently, your contract was extended. It came with a lot of controversies. We all said the president knows the reason why he did that. So, with all due respect, I don't think, say, the same people who are MPP who are saying, say, you are corrupt. You are a Judas. I don't think they are now your best friends. I don't know what your intentions are. You are old enough to know what is good and what is bad. The meetings are getting too much. You and Afenyo Makin and Henry Korte, it is getting too much. Limit it a little bit, please, sir. Most of the people who speak on radio, I'm sorry, I don't know why today. Most people who speak on radio and on TV, you know, they brain actually nyejuma. They brain mu ha omonom we, omonom codeine, omonom red anopa. They brain no petition, no mun bone no metna TV so anopa. And you'll be our suit or what tybiana or make it sense. Sometimes we tell you when you be TV, I'll say, what is all this about? What is this? We get it. As I sit here, I'm catching Ghana for a Juma Mayor is to protect the NDC government. But the NDC government, when they go wrong, I will not sit here and spare them. Into Mama will be able to stand where I stand when it comes to my job. But me having a soft spot for the NDC government does not mean to say, Obia nim say we enkoyi anama betina ha na me de Jimmy defend it. It does not work like that. Rational human beings don't do that. As much as I like the president, his style of governance, the wisdom he's using in governing this nation, ye nyina ye dwuma den enya me nko nipa bebre obi aye bi e de NDC ba power no. Me Akacha Ghana for say I am here to protect this government because I believe that this government can do better. They can basically help Ghanaians realize their dream. Inti me betrana me kasa asem na it does not mean it says this government obi wom anabibi koso na enye ya e was me betrana chinchina na me defend it. I don't do that. I don't do those nonsense. Now me buy a video bi a kire mo muntie. Sometimes I busa won say MPP for we no. Sanko for we no. Amanfo na enom tena radio so kasa ma MPP for no. I no mo say Ghana for nyina ejimi no. I na sometimes no ubusa won say e die dro no ya omonnom ansa na o ma ba radio so. Me hu ba ku bi nde mesre ya na me say how can this person be allowed to even speak on issues? Is it because when people are speaking on radio, no, how many intelligent? There's something I've realized in Ghana. So the TV so on radio so now how we can sema. I am not nipana or can sema na dream so answer into automatically I say reflect it na nipano muchen so wait there on how into because sometimes some people make some statement yeah. Uti say how niti and mama mkoti where Kesbin FM Abranti was a friend Sikio say sick even suku. I just a friend Sikio said, "Yeah, Bibi, Monkongo ti Bibi."
Say Ora Kede de Japan winia. All chusu sabira about me as a running mate. In team for joining a fenyo market. Should the Napo or Amfa Napo a hot beko. But
how? What the heck is this? How? Sometimes someone say, "Well, no petition, but it's not TV so ana." So is there something wrong with them? What is wrong with these boys? Why? How? Yamo Sikasebe campaign ma obi. What is this nasty analysis? Kesbi mone beso so sankwasi asem so. Inshira FM mone Adom TV. Listen to this guy. We enya petition wi any redder. Why pana? Hwa ankwasi ade bi omoye. How? Like how do you even explain this? Say, Kennedy Winia, Uncle for Samira Baumia, and running mate. Now we are Santiniba. Uncle for Samira Baumia, and running mate. Because Ohun said Nana Kunedu Ajima Rollins was Samira Baumia. Like, are you insane? No, be so to also a friend host. Are you insane? With Jimmy Guans, how did you get it? Like, what is calling for this? Because you want to project Samira. Now, who said Nana Kuredo Ajman Rawlings? Samira, there's anything in Samira. Yet Nana Kuredu Nana Kuredu mo was Samira. But then what? Because Samira or just get another pie through. No. Like, how do you people think? It will be to Kumasna Utiwa. Waiting here for MPP mra power ne krakra ne saying. Then he goes further to tell us to say Kennedy Japan Sebio Baumia esu winia which he knows. Baumia winia Baumia emfafa Kennedy. Now when say Kennedy and one hwa enye nti either say obe keep Napo ana obefa afenyo marking ana say ntim fodwo akwa wonum we kura dey say we dey ye we ankasa dey ye akwa we wonum red. Onom red ni appetition me kebibia wo won nim kro ni ade we onom appetition we onye okay onye stable. He has been looking for attention for all akwa we watena TV so radio to op bibia onimu nyansa eche yankasa akokwa ne onimu nyansa eche yankasa obabi apon onimu nyansa eche kasa obi akwasea onimu nyansa what try for Ope attention on national waye bibia. Hwenkwasa keka. Samira Baumia. Kennedy Japan kofa Samira Baumia. And then the best solve MPP for problem no mu no. Since Kennedy winia. Uncle for Samira Ben running mate because you see Nana Kunedu Ajima Rawlings in Samira and or Sayen Krimuni. Now one can say Ojunson on no mana. I am my children so good crab now sorry for 30 and one no mana. Are you okay? What is the head? Where is the head? Where is the tail? What are you? Well hang we need to head dear now the crack saying. So who are you trying to convince here? Who are you trying to convince? How can you compare Samira Baumia and say you see Nana Kunedu in Samira? Na Samira Baumia oba Ghana politics me dey no dey abeka ho. Ye ntia na Samira ko fa plane eko India eko hwe kunkumbajia. Na na mo boda mana. We na mo pese mo de beje party no. Santie mu we ni enkwase akakasa we ni eye de enchim we na mo de chichire party. Is this what you people are saying? Say you are building a party? Into when now kind of a guy need be to work as a NPP, young form of power. It's more going to discover NPP for us. I'm going to do it on bay. Kennedy Japan, Uncle for Samira, Uncle for Funu, Uncle the Funu the band, the running mate, a Funu. Are you insane? Sometimes let us be rational a little bit. Young first can't touch you with some watch them. Munye jumebia, Nina answer because an amount 20 Ghana, because an amount 10 Ghana, yatias. But don't disrespect the listeners. Don't disrespect the listeners. Don't disrespect Ghanaians. What are you trying to achieve here? What are you trying to achieve? Moko jisika samia ukunkwara nkwara we ho a na mabetena TV so exceptional MPs ye hu bi da metie samia uku, and he was like aggressively we tie samia uku statement we tie kodo ponkroma se sia na MPP no se ka nipa 7 kra na kasa boys we a and the MPP no betuma so we Jimmy. What kind of politics are you people doing? What kind of cheap politics is this? Obieti o who so Jimmy for. If you people want to make arguments to bring the NPP back, be truthful to yourselves. Be honest to the people listening to you. Be honest to Asantefo. But this is total disrespect to your listeners. Samira oyenkrebuni banti. Samira edien, you see something Nana Kunedu in Samira anti. Enti Kennedy Japan cover Samira. That means you cry, you don't respect us as a people. The American Yinakosi say, you, this boy sitting there with him apa, you don't respect Ghanaians. Now you feel say any idiot can lead Ghana because when you people brought Ekufuado, you brought Bawumia, and they came explicitly fooled themselves for 8 years. You think say Jimmy Yama, we cannot reason again. So now you can just throw any trash to us. Enti yanko abontene ni yanko create impression we dey tutuma ebe betuma aboa okoto we ato han mu oje se Jimmy okoto ato moa mu emoa be na pese oto sa asem wetum akwa we di nam radio so tietiem tutu sogu nkofo ho onim bibia and omo react some nim bibia omo Jimmy chen bibia e kire nka se kotera ne onimade e ma kotera ne ye e kire nka se bonsu we dey apai onim bonsu we ho asem eche ankasa ye dokunu wei aso eto na hye onim time edi dokunu ndi si so ono ankasa ontumi enhwe ne ho ema ne ho ngina ne ho so edie nkwasi asam no and why don't you tell the husband to pair ono ankasa ne yere pair nembe ye Bawumia, and why don't you want Samira to pair Bawumia? Why Bawumia Samira is not suitable when it comes to politics to pair Bawumia. Kennedy na Jimmy on the pedi asay. Now what can say Junior and Sana Okaka Sansem way? Some person MPP neighbor power. Mummy Nsuanya Sakakra. Mummy Antinas near honest to ourselves and the people listening to us. Pay attention too much. You have done everything for attention. Enye ntietiemu atroning kwasa keka na ma onya attention. Enyansen wo wutrim. Akwa we kote so ti baby kasa. De bia no tietiem, de bia no hanhan ani. Obekasa 10 minutes. 1 second pen enyansen wo dia kenyina nkwase asem. Otiwe o static kasa na juzo nyansa. On say afi okasa ko enu say akwa we odwonso no onoma ana. You people should stop this. You are young men. Atro any maji we di mo twice mo di 50. Mo nyina ma bon kokora. It is because of adwene bone a mo de nam. E dey na wo chechira ma Ghana fo. E dey pa na wo wunim. E dey pa nwoma pen pa na wo sua ye ne yensua bi a wa adwene ye wo so onim nyansa nti wo so kodaada obi a e dey sika wo sika se na wo hu. $1 million da e wo account mu bi da. Bro, once ne ja atro no. What kind of life is this? Airtime. Udu fia na dwena woro ntade na de sapotwa wase na wudware a na wa odwene de okeka ho na aya na hu se wo se kokuo. Udu fie na woro ho nyina na wa wugina ho na wo de sapotwa wase na se bi okra oni shower na se wo sansuo bucket gu ho a na wa dwene en click se wo di nkwase asem. What do you want to get from this?